afternoon, everyone. This is Makos and Meadowhawk here doing some WGLNA tank reviews. Today's going to be the E100. The E100 excels at city maps, so that's what we're going to be showing you guys today. And Meadow, what are some reasons why a team would want to bring the E100 in WGLNA?
The E100 is great because A, it has a lot of hit points. It's great for soaking up shots if you want to use it for defense. And then it also has lots of armor. Yeah, it's great. Great for city maps because you can side scrape and not take a lot of damage while preventing a team from pushing up a certain side of the map because they don't want to deal with your big gun, because the E100 also has a very big gun.
Yes, it does. Show them on your screen how you should angle the armor of the E100.
So if you're coming up to a building, let's say the building was to our right, you would want to park your nose into it so that you are basically, it's diamonding like the IS-4 in our previous IS-4 video. So the enemy is going to see an angle like this. And what that does is that increases the effective armor rating because you are angled in a way that increases the thickness of your turret and your front mantlet and your lower mantlet. You need to be aware though that they can still, if you're angled too steeply, they can still put shots through your drive wheel and give you damage. And you also want to be aware that if you're not shooting, you don't want to look at the enemy because the front faceplate of the E100 isn't the greatest. Gold rounds can go through it, so you want to make sure you're angling your front of your turret as well if you're not shooting at the enemy.
He eats this tank up if they get a flat surface.
Okay, let's go ahead and play a game and hopefully get a city map.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are, Cliff.
Not the best map for the E100.
But it can still work. Most heavies always go down the 8-9 line.
Either the 1-2 and you get engagements there. That could work also. Do you want to go 1-2 or you want to go 8-9?
How many tank destroyers do they have? We could go 1-2. They only really have one tank destroyer.
Okay,
let's do that. Since we obviously spawn on the right side, it prevents us from driving up that hill. That hill on the way to mines, up the way to the lighthouse there, that will slow you down. The risk you take in a big heavy like this, either this or a mouse, trying to go for 8-9, is that if their mediums take the middle of the map, up on the lighthouse there, they can shoot you as you're driving by, and you'll lose a little bit of HP. You can lose a lot of HP if Artie hits you a couple times too. So we're fortunate there's no tank destroyers. Tank destroyers normally on this map like to play the 1-2. And you can't really push because if they're strong tank destroyers, they can do a lot of damage to you without being spotted. But I'm almost tempted to push right into the F2 with Makos covering this corner.
I'm going to poke the corner, see if anything's there.
Not lighting anything. Oh, they got two guys up top
here, so let's get in here and
yeah, go hard.
Not even expect it.
Low, forget the low. He's going to have a hard time penning us.
Back in. Prioritize
penetration.
The E50M.
There's the Ag Tigers. See, now that we've pushed into this pocket, we're safe from any of their TDs. And we're forcing their guys out.
I got the CDC.
Okay. I'll go back over here and cover Makos' back.
So watch out for the TDs, make sure you're angling good there.
Oh, someone's pushing up.
Enemy armor is hit.
And E100 is tall enough that he can even use this rock here for hold down. And that makes his job real tough.
You know, if you need help, Meadow, I'm gonna keep getting shots off in the middle.
Penetration.
See, now there he penned me because while I was shooting at him, he penned the front of my turret. So his reload's a bit quicker than mine, although he's tracked now. So I'll angle my turret like this, and he won't be able to pen my turret this way. He fired, missed, so I'll take him out.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But that's the biggest weakness for people. Like, it's not a big issue because a lot of people don't, a lot of average players don't know to shoot the face of the E100, but good players will shoot it and pen it. Push around this Tiger.
Not much that the E100 isn't afraid of,
Enemy armor is hit.
especially if you're angling correctly. Go help our team out and let you get fun with those tier 8s.
Penetration.
So I've shot. I'm going to angle my
One
turret.
of our tracks is damaged.
Not even sure we put that. He must have put that underneath my drive wheels.
Enemy armor is hit.
Okay. Low is dead. Turn back. How you doing up there, Makos?
Doing good. He high rolls, he could get me, but I'm gonna try to angle good off this building.
Oh, reinforcements are slowly on their way. So as for equipment with this tank, you normally want to go with, still want a vertical stabilizer, rammer as usual because you want to decrease your reload time. And then generally it's, the third one's up to you. Vents is generally good. If you think you're a giant target for arty, you could always put the spalling liner on. What do you normally run with, Makos?
I like vents. Help out. Help out with your gun. But you are definitely an arty target, so spall liner, heavy spall liner could be good.
Yeah, especially on open maps. The problem is that they're quite situational. Vents you obviously want for city because you're not worried about arty, and then spall liner you'd want for open maps because then you are worried about arty, but you don't know the map until you start playing, so. That was actually a pretty good push down the 1-2. Just based off of general knowledge of looking at the team composition. I'd say we wouldn't have done that if their team would have consisted of 3 or 4 tier 10 tank destroyers, because on that push up into the pocket we would have taken a lot of damage, whereas on that time it was only the Yag Panther shooting at us, and I think he only penned Makos for 1.
He did get my engine now and put me on fire.
So let's see how we did here.
Game,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. There we go. Yeah, me and Makos leading the way on E100. So E100, very effective even on somewhat open maps, as long as you know where to go and what to do with it. Any other things you have to say about the E100, Makos?
It's a good tank. Definitely, if you have someone else in it and battle buddy, you can 2 cover each other so you don't get swarmed. It's got a lot of armor, but it doesn't have a lot of DPM. So you always got to make sure you're not going to get swarmed by the enemy, which is nice to have a battle buddy with you.
Yes, and you have to remember too that the E100 is also, if you're looking at a typical MMO RPG role, it really does play a tanking role, like no pun intended. You do have a lot of HP, so you want to use it. You want to be an asset to your team. Don't camp in the back and try to snipe with this tank. You need to be up in the front lines, dealing damage and taking damage for your mediums, who will help flank targets for you.
Very true.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm Meadowhawk.
I'm Makos.
And this has been M&M Tank Reviews.